There is a new RavenGard playtest happening from August 28th to August 31st, and I will go through all the patch notes and see what has changed and give my opinions on it. So what's happening for this playtest is there is a new class, shields are being added for knights, Hunter is getting a rework, tutorial dungeon for new players, and balance changes. Like all of that, I'll go into I'll read it, I'll give my opinions on it, and then we'll go on to the next thing. So first off, there is the Sorcerer. It has two different weapon types, staffs, big ability damage, and orbs for faster basic attacks. I'm assuming that this is what they would ideally want for Hunter, where you would use your bow to go in, start the fight, and then you'd use your knife to actually, fight, but, attack faster, even though in the original playtest, Hunter's bow does less damage than the staff, in my opinion. So here's the first big ability damage, 49 ranged attack damage, 0.5 ranged attack speed, and 12% ability damage boost. So I'm assuming this ability damage boost is going to affect your skills that you use, which we will get into down here. And then down here, the orb, 38 ranged attack damage, 0.8 ranged attack speed, 6% ability damage boost. My speculation with this is you are going to have very short ability cooldowns and that your main damage will be coming from abilities, not melee. These are the abilities of the Sorcerer class. If you'd like to read all of them, you can pause the video. But my speculation of what the best combo will be Fireball and Wind Cutter. You can use Fireball as the entry ability, and then when you get close, you can use Wind Cutter as a shotgun style attack. My only question with these abilities is Accelerate. I wonder if this skill increases only your attack speed or the attack speed of all the people around you, sort of like Knight's Rally. I'd assume it's only yours because it doesn't say anything about allies, but I don't know. We'll have to see. The Knight class will now start with a basic shield in their inventory. You need to manually equip the shield for now, but hopefully they make it automatic later on. How it works right now is just obviously holding right click and it will block a portion of the incoming damage. And the best shield can block up to 93% of incoming damage. And you can still parry monsters while wielding a shield, stunning your target for a short time. I'm a little curious on if this stun is longer than normal stuns, sort of like Valheim. Like if you stun with a shield in Valheim, it stuns the target for longer, or if normal classes just can't parry anymore. My only worry with this is it blocks 70% of incoming damage with the basic one, which is insanely strong. And if there's no way to break the shield like there is in normal Minecraft, people that have slower attacking weapons like the warrior and the knight are never going to be able to get a full strength hit in, because you can just block their full strength hit, then you hit them with a full strength hit, then you block their next hit, and just keep doing that over and over again, and then you will literally just win the battle of attrition because you're taking 70% reduced damage with the basic shield. And the fact that the best shield can block 93% of the incoming damage is a little broken, especially as well because the class has a reduction in damage perk. So I think that they need to add some way to break the shield, or if you block, it takes actually more stamina than a normal weapon, or maybe not more stamina, but I don't know. It takes stamina. You need a way to not have somebody be able to just hold right click with a shield and essentially get full damage hits on the other player with no counterplay. Fast attacking weapons don't really have to worry about this because, you can attack fast enough that when you attack, if they drop their shield, you'll be able to attack again before they can bring it back up. So I'm just a little worried. Hopefully there's a way to break it, and they should probably reduce some of the damage. Like 93% for the best shield is ridiculous. For the Hunter rework, Hunter class wasn't performing as well as others. Yeah, some abilities were not as impactful as they should have been. Yeah. So new/remove skills. Arrow Rain fires a line of arrows that deals damage in front of enemies, replaces Power Shot. Thank God Power Shot makes no sense when you have double shot and triple shot. So, or rapid fire, I think is what they called it. So literally makes no sense. This is a much better change. Bear Trap drops a bear trap that will damage and slow enemies for 2 seconds. Good. Poison Arrow did, I believe, 63 damage when I was in basic gear, and I believe I was in the first arrow shot itself did 38, so I believe that the arrow, like the actual poison of the poison arrow, does 25 damage. That's so little. They could have buffed Poison Arrow, but I do like Bear Trap more since the class description does say specializes in traps and range damage. So hopefully that will be better. Now you can bait somebody into your like area and you can maybe trap them. If you see that they have a hunter, you got to be like, wait, watch out for the bear trap. You know, maybe a cool thing. Escape jumping ability that allows you to reposition, replaces double shot. Amazing. From my quick view of these abilities, I'm going to assume if you want a more offensive playstyle, you probably want to run Escape plus Immobilize. If you want a more defensive combo, I would run Escape plus Bear Trap. Is probably the moves that I will run, but we'll have to see in the playtest tomorrow. Reload speed improved from 3 seconds to 2.5. I still think this is a little too long. I think it needs to be 2 seconds or 1.5 seconds because the reload speed is just too long. You need to be able to shoot more. Your arrows need a damage, which it doesn't seem to say that your bow damage has been increased. It does say that abilities that fire special shots will no longer consume arrows from the quiver. Absolutely amazing. I don't know why that was a thing in the first place, so that's absolutely amazing. Another thing that they could do for Hunter is they could add a quiver that you can upgrade. So the base quiver is 6 arrows. Maybe you can get a quiver that goes up to 10 arrows, maybe 15 arrows. So you have to reload a lot less. 15 is a little insane. Maybe 10 arrows is like the best one. And it goes up maybe 1 per rarity or something. I don't know. Assassin's slightly increase the dagger damage. This is good. Assassin's abilities were fine. The armor is a little low, but I mean, kind of makes sense for an assassin. You know, you're supposed to have the ability to have a surprise on somebody and you do more damage, but you know, you have less armor. So increase the dagger damage. We don't know how much this slight increase is, but hopefully it is a decent amount. Will make Assassin probably more playable. I'm very excited for that. Warrior class was putting out some very big damage numbers and need to be tuned down a bit. Yeah, literally no reason to play any other class except maybe one knight. Run 2 warriors, 1 knight, or run 3 warriors was just the best combo. Armor break, defense reduction, reduce 20% to 10%. Amazing, literally what I was saying. Armor break duration, reduce 10 seconds to 5 seconds, what I was saying. So this means that if you are using your armor break, you need to be able to get multiple hits in, and it is a lot shorter of a time of effectiveness. So what you could do is you could use armor break. I still think this is probably one of the best abilities Warrior has. So you probably need to use armor break. You could also use rush, and you could use rush and armor break at the same time. That way, for the 5 seconds that you have no stamina loss, you also have that duration of armor break. Lots more counterplay to Warrior, and now Warrior needs to think more about using their abilities. Very good change here. I'm very happy. For the Knight class with shields coming in, Knight need to have a bit more unique equipment loadout identity. Good, because at the same time, during the first playtest, it was really just Warrior and Knight could use like essentially the same things. Halberds are now classified as 2-handed weapons and therefore cannot be used with a shield. Switch to halberd, your shield will be unclipped and placed into the inventory. That is a little annoying, you know, that it will be just unequipped, put into your inventory, and then if you want to reuse a shield, you have to manually put it back on. It's annoying, but they do seem to want to change that later. They have buffed the bosses all here. They've buffed the mini bosses. The generic monster skeleton archer now has a draw bow animation. Thank you. No reason that it shouldn't. Every other enemy had a animation except for this enemy. Has a triple fire unblockable ability. Hopefully it is still noticeable. Maybe it can be like the purple eyes, and then you'll know, hey, it's about to do a triple fire ability, and maybe you can get behind a wall and be fine because you cannot block this with shields. They buffed Skeleton Knight. They've nerfed Demon Imp, which is a little interesting. I think Demon Imp was one of the weakest enemies, but sure. Demon Grunt's buffed. Chest Mimic is buffed. So the generic monsters, which a lot of people did struggle with, are mostly buffed, which is fine. You know, Eventually you learn the enemies and it's kind of like, okay, whatever, I'm not going to get hit too much by them. So that's fine. It'll be bad for the first little bit, but you'll eventually learn and it won't be that bad. The lockbox can now be expanded using crowns. Amazing. Tab map has been removed temporarily to bring back the tab player list. So essentially what they're saying is they really liked the tab map, so they're probably going to bring it back, but players missed the classic player list. I think the tab map is fine to be in the dungeons, but inside of the town, it makes very little sense as of right now, because there was 4 NPCs that you talked to, and one of them was just to go into a dungeon. Then they just added a bunch of bug fixes here. What I didn't see is the player, like, knowing if your teammates have left the game or not. There might be something like that in the game already, but I didn't see it. So sometimes I go to a revive room and I'm sitting here like, okay, I'm going to revive my teammate. I go to the revive room. I go to the revive statue after clearing the room. And then my teammates left the game and I have no idea that they left. I don't know if there is a thing and I just haven't noticed it, but I have not seen that. And it doesn't look like it is in here either. But that is the RavenGard 2.0 play test. Yet again, it is happening tomorrow, August 28th to August 31st. I am very excited. I will definitely be making more videos and definitely on the Sorcerer class. Another thing that I did not see in here is it doesn't seem like they changed the base health regen, which is not great, but it does just say balance changes. So maybe there is faster health regen if you're not in combat or something. Maybe it's still super slow health regen. We'll have to see tomorrow. I will definitely be making videos on this, but hopefully health regen is slightly better. Yet again, my idea is a combat tag system. If you're out of combat for 10 seconds, then you heal triple the rate or double the rate. And then if you get back into combat, you are back down to 1 healing every 3 seconds. Anyway, I love this. I'm definitely going to be playing it. I might be streaming it. I will almost definitely be recording videos and almost definitely recording a video on the Sorcerer class. So I am very excited for this next playtest. If you guys liked this video, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Trying to get to 1K subscribers. So thank you guys for watching. Have a great day. Peace out.